I heard you've been spending a lot of time at your auntie house. How's the couch life?
Yeah, my woman and my baby living there. It's hard, man. But you know, everybody can't do what you do.
Really what I do getting played out, Dre. Where the money at?
But why you gotta be so ruthless, cuz?
I'll make a few changes.
Where you think you going? I'm just trying to get home.
That's my son.
You need to get back in the house or I will ruin your night.
You gotta talk to my moms like that.
You had the chance to change the situation. Would you take it?
What's up? This is Edwin Hodge.
And this is Aldis Hodge.
And you are watching Bellus TV. So,
what's up, man?
Straight Outta Compton.
How are you?
How are you?
Aldis, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Edwin, nice to meet you.
All right.
Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, man.
Big summer blockbuster.
#1.
Take us through the motions, man. As far as casting is concerned, how was that process for you?
It was good. They had been casting, I think, for about like 3 or 4 years by the time I got to my audition. So, no pressure there. But I waited it out because at first they called me in to audition for Eazy-E and then Dr. Dre. Of course, I look nothing like either of them. So I said, no, because, you know, there's no way you can convince the fans of that. Plus, I'm not trying to be greedy. I wanted to wait for the right opportunity. And I said, if there's a good opportunity that comes around that is more me, that fits, I'll wait for it.
And that was MC Ren.
MC Ren came around, man, and I said, you know what, let me give it a try. I studied him. I felt, you know, similar vibes and went in there, auditioned with F. Gary Gray was in the room. And that helped immensely because we were able to just bounce off of each other. I knew exactly what he wanted, and I can give him that. We could work, you know, at a different level. And, you know, a couple of days later, I get that call.
Nice. So, and at what point did you actually meet MC Ren, the actual MC Ren?
Met Ren about a month into rehearsal because we rehearsed for about like maybe 2.5 months before we started shooting. Now, rehearsal included stage training, rap training, getting into the booth and actually re-recording the entire album.
So that was actually your voice?
Yeah. I mean, it was actually intermixed between Ren's and my voice, but you know, when I first met him, I was a little scared. I was intimidated because I was like, I don't know if he's gonna accept, you know, me being like, you know, does he approve? But we chopped it up for like 2 hours or so, and he, you know, came to find out we do have similar vibes, and it was real cool. Crazy enough, they put us in this room. We were in the production office, but they put us in a private room. You know, about 1.5 hours into wrapping it out, Dre just bust through the door, and this is my first time meeting him. So it's my first time meeting both of them. I was like, first of all, I'm scared enough meeting Ren, but then Dre busted the door. He's like, hey, you know, all positivity and smiles and stuff. And I was like, yo, I'm not ready for this. Like, y'all need to warn me. You know what I'm saying? Let a brother know, like hit me with a knock and yo, just to let you know. I wasn't prepared. But he came in, it was real cool being able to meet him in that capacity because he hadn't seen Ren in a while, so you know there was all that love there, and then you know he gave me my love and he told me about how happy he was that I was a part of the project, and you know it was just the perfect start to what we embarked on, man.
All right, so we have the final product. You know, everybody's seen the final product by now.
If you haven't, you better go see it.
Exactly right. The process of filming. I mean, the way it's turned out now. Did you guys expect that during?
We didn't expect any of it at all. I mean, the entire time we were shooting, by the way, shout out to my brothers in crime, Neil Brown Jr., Corey Hawkins, Jason Mitchell, O'Shea Jackson Jr. We didn't expect it. We just wanted to do a good job because there was a lot on our backs riding on this story. I mean, if we mess it up, like, the fans are going to murder us.
Exactly.
Obviously, you see the response. We're lucky enough that the response is what it is, but you see how positive it is when it was done right and well. Imagine how that response would be if we messed it up.
You know, because the fans were hungry.
Y'all ain't hard. Y'all ain't got no attitude. I'm like, okay, sorry. But we really just kind of dug into trying to make it a good film, and we didn't worry about the music part. We didn't worry about it being a biopic. We didn't worry about the fame of the people that we were playing because we're not playing famous people. We're playing people. You know, who just happen to become famous, but this is their story. This is them before the fame. This is them when they're hungry, when they're still, you know, trying to get recognition. So we played the honesty of all that, and it was just about making a really good composite film as opposed to making some commercial fluff piece.
Exactly. Yeah.
And everybody's mentality was the same, especially, you know, F. Gary Gray. He was all about the details, making sure everything was period correct, making sure every, you know, the drippy juice and Cube's Jerry Curl was the perfect drip.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they say the F. Gary, we say the F in F. Gary Gray is for finding stuff.
Okay.
Because he will, like, literally, we have crowd scenes where you got thousands of extras. And, you know, we're shooting, you know, it takes a couple of days to shoot these performance scenes, but, you know, one day we're shooting, you know, he's checking all the extras, okay, cool. The next day, you know, we're shooting, and out of thousands of extras, you know what I'm saying, he picks this one extra out and he's like, you had on different shoes yesterday. You had on heels.
Wow.
We're like, oh, okay. Is that serious?
Well, I mean, as a director, you would have to be that observant, right?
Yeah, it's that level of professionalism. So
now, is there? Did you think there's also a difference in pressure as far as, you know, playing these iconic images in the industry now that are, I mean, well, God rest in peace, Eazy-E, but like, you know, they're alive. Dre's still alive. Q is still alive. You know, it's not like Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles. Is there any pressure to, or different pressure to play these iconic people who are still living and breathing?
Well, there is, because they were right there on set.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember telling Ren the first thing that I said was, you know, I want to get this film right, but I really don't care about anything more than getting it right for you. I want to make sure you're satisfied and you're happy, because this is your story, your legacy. I got to get you, you know, I'm putting you out there. And for the fans that don't know him, you know, they will see him through me. I'm trying to get it accurate. So, and plus they were on set, you know, most of the time, which was great, because if we ever had a question, you know, for an actor, it's like cheating. You just go straight to the source.
Exactly.
But being that they are still here, very relevant and still very present in pop culture and iconography and influence today, there was the pressure of honoring where they started and where they would eventually go.
Yeah.
And, you know, even with Eazy, even though Eazy's passed away, his influence still rings very loudly today. So we wanted to honor his voice and his soul and spirit and what it still does for hip-hop culture and for pop culture today.
Yeah. And with, you know, hip-hop culture, pop culture today, you know, hip-hop has had a much larger influence on you know, where we stand today as far as politics, as far as we stand as fashion, you know, the way we talk.
Hip-hop is like a lifestyle now.
Yeah, exactly. With this film and kind of like the acknowledgement of the impact of hip-hop, how do you see, you know, films like this one, you know, going further and progressing kind of the image of one hip-hop, or just, you know, in relativity pop culture in general?
Well, I feel like starting at the base of that question, what we exhibited in this film was how life influenced hip-hop and how influence redistributed that. You know, we deal a lot with police brutality, which was very real then, still is very real today.
Exactly.
And it speaks to how people treat people and how, you know, how very far we have yet to come when it comes to evolution, and how we, you know, deal with politics and how we deal with looking at a certain class of, I even hate to put it that way, a certain class of people, but, you know, everybody's, you know, compartmentalized in a box. You have your lower class, your lower income, this, you're that, you're that. If you live in the hood, you're here. And people see that particular group as a specific thing. What the characters in the film did and what they did in real life was show people that they're more than that. They're artists, they're storytellers. People are running around looking at NWA thinking they're thugs because of the stories they tell, and they're like, no, we're not thugs. We are artists who internalize what we see, and we're giving you that. We are depicting that through our music. This is not us. This is not what we do. This is what we see. This is what's happening. We're letting you know. That's why, you know, F the Police is so iconic, because it's not a police bashing song just for the sake of bashing police. It's saying, look, police, you know, there are specific police that are not doing their jobs.
Exactly.
You know, somebody needs to police the police. You know, because the police in my hood, you know, they stereotype me, they antagonize me, they degrade me, they humiliate me. And
And that's all they
You
want
expect me not to fight and have a voice?
Yeah.
It's illegal for me to have a voice, even though that, according to the Constitution, is my legal right, you know? I think this film speaks to all of that and what we're dealing with today, with people simply wanting to have a voice, people simply wanting to be heard, be acknowledged, be treated fairly, try to understand and gain respect, no matter where they start, where they come from, where they end up. And you know, it's common knowledge, we all deserve respect, but not everybody's willing to accept that.
Nice.
And hopefully this film helps to push the limit there and influence people to open up their minds a little bit more as far as different type of cultures and the value of who these people are and where they come from, you know?
Nice. Right. All right. Well, Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton.
What is next on your plate?
What's next on my plate, man? You should be tuning your channels to WGN pretty soon, because just killed a new series called Underground, which is phenomenal. It's, as you can imagine, about the Underground Railroad, but you know, people think it's a slave drama, which is absolutely inaccurate. It's a story about enslaved people who are fighting for fair rights, fair treatment. And you know, unlike most slave narratives that we may have seen before, this story about enslaved people, man, it's a roller coaster. It's literally an adventure from the first minute you watch it all the way down to the very last second. And these people are warriors, man.
Nice.
You know, we don't see it from the perspective of people being enslaved and being victimized. We see it from the perspective of them taking and internalizing every damage and every loss that they feel and turning it into a strength. They take every weakness, they turn it around and use it to their benefit, and this is how they learn how to escape and fight for what's theirs. And it's just one amazing ride.
Nice.
And it's I mean, I've never been prouder in my career, but I absolutely enjoy it. And to be honest, when I first heard of it, you know, I mean, my reps brought it to me and said, hey, you know, it's a story about a slave drama. I was like, I don't know. Then I read the script and I said, oh, this is something different. It's not that,
exactly.
You know? So just make sure when you look out for it, key your minds up to receive something different than you may assume, because it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
All right. Well, you got Edwin Hodge here with Aldis Hodge.
Yeah.
Star of Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton.
The Underground. Bellus TV. We love you.
Peace.
Straight Outta Compton, another crazy ass.